Most people believe that Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492. But what if we told you that nearly 500 years earlier, a Viking set foot on American soil? This is the story of Leif Erikson, the Viking who discovered America first. To understand Leif Erikson's journey, we need to understand the Viking world. The Vikings were fierce seafarers from Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Between the 8th and 11th centuries, they explored, traded, and raided across Europe, Asia, and the North Atlantic. They were known for their longships, skilled navigation, and fearless spirit. The Viking Age began around 793 AD, when Norse raiders attacked the monastery at Lindisfarne in England. From then on, Vikings became a dominant force across the seas. But not all Vikings were raiders. Many were settlers, farmers, and explorers. Leif Erikson was born around the year 970 AD, a fierce Norseman who founded the first Norse settlements in Greenland, after being exiled from Iceland for murder. Eric the Red led a group of settlers across the icy waters, Greenland, and established two colonies, the eastern and western settlements. Leif grew up in this harsh but exciting environment, learning how to sail and survive. As Leif grew older, he became known for his curiosity and strong character. In his early 20s, he sailed to Norway. There, he met King Olaf I Tryggvason, who introduced him to Christianity. Leif converted to the new faith and promised to bring it to Greenland. But before returning, Leif heard tales of a strange land far to the west. According to some stories, a Norse sailor named Bjarni Herjolfsson had been blown off course during a storm and spotted unknown land forested, and unlike Greenland's icy shores, Leif was intrigued. Around the year 1000 AD, Leif set sail from Greenland with a crew of about 35 men. His goal, to find the mysterious land Bjarni had seen. After a difficult journey, Leif and his crew finally saw land. They first came upon a rocky area, which they named Helgelandli, today's Baffin Island. Then they found a forested place, which they called Markel and probably modern-day Labrador. Finally, they landed in a lush area with mild weather, rich soil, and wild grapes. Leif named it Vinland, meaning wineland. Historians believe this was somewhere in modern-day Newfoundland, Canada. Leif and his crew built houses and settled in Vinland. They fished, hunted, and explored. The land was rich with resources. For a time, life was good. However, they also encountered the native people, likely ancestors of today's indigenous groups. The two groups had tense relations. Though there were some peaceful interactions, conflicts also arose. The Norse, not used to the numbers and tactics of the natives, found it difficult to maintain peace. After spending the winter there, Leif decided to return to Greenland. He brought back wood, stories of a rich land, and news of the journey that would make him legendary. Leif's discovery was not forgotten. For a time, North explorers made more trips to Vinland, but due to challenges like native resistance, distance from Greenland, and political struggles back home, the Norse eventually stopped going. No permanent settlement was established, and for centuries, the story of Vinland was passed down in Norse sagas history. It wasn't until 1960 that physical evidence confirmed the truth. At Landso Meadows in Newfoundland, archaeologists discovered the remains of a Norse settlement. Tools, buildings, and artifacts proved that Vikings had indeed reached America centuries before Columbus. Today, Leif Erikson is remembered as the first European to set foot on North American soil. In the United States, Leif Erikson Day is celebrated on October 9th each year. He symbolizes courage, exploration, and the Viking spirit of adventure. His story also reminds us that history is full of surprise and that many people have shaped the world we know today. Leif Erikson didn't set out to change history. He followed the winds, the sea, and his curiosity. And in doing so, he discovered a new world long before anyone else dared to believe it was there.